Hey guys, what is going on today? Bojo here, back again for episode number 18 of our Montreal Canadiens franchise mode series here in NHL 19, where today we are going to be finally having some playoff games in the series as we're going up here against the Ottawa Senators in round number 1. So before we begin, guys, make sure you guys go down to that thumbs up button down below. Make sure to hit it to give us some luck. Subscribe if you guys are brand new to the channel. Also, make sure to go check out intotheam.com. Use code BOJO for 10% off your entire order. It is Cyber Monday when I'm recording this, so definitely make sure to check out the website. Okay, so as I mentioned, we have playoffs here for the very first time in our simulation history of this Montreal Canadiens team. Obviously, we had playoffs with our AHL team, but this is the first time that we are in the playoffs with the Habs here at year number 4. So we finished off the year 47, 30, and 5 for a pretty damn good record. Finished 3rd in the Atlantic Division behind these Ottawa Senators, who were 49, 28, and 5 in their record. So it should be a very, very interesting matchup to go up against these guys. Now, before we take a look at what the Ottawa Senators lines are looking like, I asked you guys in the last episode to help me make some changes for that power play unit. Obviously, this is what our 5-on-5 offense and defense are going to look like. Obviously, I showed you guys that we had a couple of upgrades at the end of the year. Obviously, Lafreniere went up from an 80 to an 82, and then Belfoy went up from a 79 to an 80. So those were the only 2 overall jumps that we had noticed. But here's what the new power play lineup is going to look like. Now, I went ahead and looked at our shot totals from the regular season, and I went ahead and put some of the players who had the best shooting categories, or players who took the most shots in the regular season, and ended up putting them on the power play unit. Obviously, a couple of these power play units are going to look very similar to what we had a couple of years ago, but there definitely are a couple new faces on the units as well. First line, Brendan Gallagher, Jesperi Kotkaniemi, and Jonathan Drouin. That shouldn't come as any surprise to anybody, but now Torrey Krug is on the point along with Ryan Poehling. As you guys know, Poehling had a very, very kind of breakout year here in the NHL. 22 goals, 16 assists for 38 points, 180 shots though, but he got 22 of those goals on the 3rd line. No power play time at all for him with those 22 goals, and I don't think that he had, he is on our penalty kill, I'm pretty sure, 2 shorthanded goals, but the fact that he took 180 shots on the year, which is definitely up there for our team, is a pretty significant stat to look like. So I had to make sure to get him on the power play, especially on the point. I know there was a comment in the comment section that said to play some players who have taken a lot of shots and put them on the point, so that way they can obviously generate some scoring chances for our team. And that's pretty much what the first line is going to look like. Second line, Max Domi and Tyson Jost. Not going to break up that pair once again. It's been my best pair this entire freaking year, so we're going to keep them together. Nikita Sherbak's also going to go down to the second line power play. Just going to run with 2 defenders on the next one, with Roman Josi and Josh Morrissey, probably my 2 best defenders on this team. Hopefully they will be able to get some points on the power play as well. 4-man power play, nothing really too crazy. Kotkaniemi with Drouin, Jost with Domi, Josi and Krug, Mete and Morrissey for the 4-man power play. Who should be center here? 78, 83. Yeah, we'll leave Tyson Jost in the middle. That's good. Okay, so that's just basically what the power play unit is going to look like. And then as for the goaltender situation, we're pretty much going to have a short leash with both attendees. Obviously, I'm going to play Grubauer. I think once we hit 2 losses with a goaltender, unless we have a very significant lead in the series, say we're up 3-0 and we lose 2, then I'll still keep him in there. But if we go down like 2-1 or 0-2, definitely I think we'll start to make a goaltender change in net. But we're going to run with Philip Grubauer to start, but Carter Hart will definitely be able to be put into that role ASAP general if we definitely go down in the series. But with all that being said and done, we are ready to get rolling here. So let's take a look at this Ottawa Senators team. Now, let me see if I remember how to do this. I figured out how to get there. It doesn't show their overalls, which is definitely unfortunate. So I could definitely go back into their point totals for the regular season to take a look at potentially what their overalls are going to be. I think I'll do that after I look through their team setup and what they're running. But This is this new Ottawa Senators team here in year number 4. So they have Kyle Palmieri, Nicholas Backstrom, and Mark Stone on their first line. That's a pretty damn good first line. Backstrom is getting up there in age, but he's still probably in the upper like 80s, I would think, maybe low 90s for him. So that's a pretty damn good first line. Second line, Matt Duchene, Colin White, and Richard Panik. It's a still pretty decent second line. Colin White's probably progressed really, really well. Matt Duchene's probably still a decent overall. He's only 27 overall, so he's probably, once again, either high 80s or low 90s. Third line, Justin Abdelkader, Logan Brown, and Bobby Ryan. Logan Brown's probably been progressing pretty well as well. He's only 20 years old, so he's probably decent, maybe mid-80s. Abdelkader and Ryan are a little bit suspect, though. It looks like their wingers are a little bit weak, especially starting on the second line. Like, Panik is your second line right winger. Like, Palmieri, I can understand. Palmieri is a definitely good goal scorer, but Panik on your second line's a little bit weird. Bobby Ryan and Abdelkader, I can only imagine that they're not the greatest. And then fourth line, Jamel Smith, Drake Batherson, and Joe Blandisi. So Batherson's probably not terrible overall. 4 years in, he's probably got decent potential on him, I would guess. I would say starting at the second line right wing spot and then going down, you have 3 really good rookies at center: Colin White, Logan Brown, Batherson. They're 3 really good rookies that they have on this team. But then their wingers associated with them, not great, other than Colin White and Matt Duchene. So that second line is a little bit worrisome, especially with those two, but I don't think we really have to worry about Panik or the third line moving down. Defensively, okay, defensively they're pretty good. Obviously, we started this before the Carlson trade, so Thomas Chabot and Erik Karlsson on the first pairing. That's probably damn good. Chabot's probably progressed really, really well in this game, I can only imagine. Jake Muzzin and Dougie Hamilton, geez, that's a really good top 4. And then Robert Bertuzzo and Julius Bergman. Alright, so bottom 6, probably not great. Bertuzzo's still not bad as like a top 6 kind of guy, but that top 4 is kind of really, really scary. Chabot, Karlsson, Hamilton, and Muzzin. That's a really good top 4 for sure. And then who is their goaltender? Braden Holtby. My God. Alright, Ottawa. That is a very, very formidable team. They've done a lot of work in free agency, I could see, with this team. Alright, so now that we looked at their starting lineups, let's just go into the Ottawa Senators team itself and just see if we can actually peep any of their overalls as a whole going into this series. So, Backstrom's an 87, Mark Stone's an 87, Colin White's probably up near 88, 89-ish, so that's kind of scary. Matt Duchene's only an 84, so he's not as good as I thought he was. Palmieri's the 83, so he was on the first line. Panik, 78 possibly. Bobby Ryan's an 81. Batherson's probably like 80. Blandisi's 77. Logan Brown, 81. Jamel Smith roughly around 79. Abdelkader, 80. And Rube Hintz was an 82. That was on forwards. Defensively, let's see. Karlsson's 91. Hamilton, 86. Chabot's probably like a 91-ish. Muzzin 85, Bergman 76, Bertuzzo 78. So like I said, their top 6 is not, their bottom pairing's not the greatest, but like Muzzin, Chabot, Hamilton, and Karlsson, like 90+ defenders are really, really scary. And then Braden Holtby's a 90, Brian Elliott's an 80. So yeah, that's a really damn good team, not gonna lie. They beat us in goaltending. If it wasn't for Karlsson and Chabot, I say we would probably have the advantage in defense, but with Karlsson and Chabot on that team, I have to give it to them. And then as for offense goes, honestly, we probably have the better offense, I think. I think we have the better depth on offense than they do. I think our bottom 6 is a little bit better than their bottom 6, to be perfectly honest. And honestly, our top line guys can definitely give a run for their money, for sure. But I think we have the better wingers, and I think we have a little bit better depth than they do on offense. But it's going to be an interesting series nonetheless. They look like they can score a lot of goals, so hopefully we can keep them off the scoring sheet. So let's get started here. Montreal against Ottawa on the road. Here we go, boys. Let's see if this new power play unit works out for us, and let's get it rolling here. First period in Ottawa. 1-0 lead for the Senators. Nicholas Backstrom gets them started. 5 shots to 17. Not a good start for us. Only 5 shots total on the Sens. Second period, 2-0. Not good. Erik Karlsson. Yep, this team can score goals. We're getting completely outplayed in this game, 28-11. We are not getting many shots on this Senators team at all, it seems. So we need to really put some shots on the board. Power play. Can we get a goal here? No. No power play goals for us there. Power play for the Sens. They're almost doubling us in shots, but we do get a power play goal there. Tyson Jost does make it a 1-goal game with less than 10 minutes to go. Can we possibly fight our way back into this game? Tie it up late. Come on, 4, 3, 2, 1. Give me a late goal. Empty netter. No. All right, so Ottawa definitely outplayed us there. 35 total shots to only 22, and 1 goal there from Tyson Jost was not enough to beat the Sens, but we kept it close. 2-1 was the final score. Jost has the only goal for us in that series, and we need to definitely fight back here. Once again, you're not in trouble in this series until you lose the game at home, but if we lose both here, we might have to make a goaltending change. But Grubauer, you know what, he played all right. He only let up 2 goals. I'm not going to fault him for that. All right, so let's go into the next game here. I'm not going to make any changes as of yet. Let's see if we can fight back and tie this series up. Once again, we kept it close, limited their goal scoring. It's only 2, which is good, but we definitely need to take more shots on that, that's for sure. Here we go. Game number 2, first period. 2-1. All right, Tyson Jost does get the goal scoring started for us, but they follow it up with 2. Jamel Smith, a 4th line goal. We can't let that happen, and then Logan Brown takes the lead 2-1. So 12 shots to 10, getting a little bit closer in shots this time, which is good. Second period, 2-2. All right, we tied it up. Jonathan Drouin, that's what I like to see. Weird goal from the corner there, but I'll take it. 2-2. Shots fairly close, 23-21. Let's go, third period. Come on, boys. Let's go. Need a good third period goal here. Jost is really pulling his weight so far. Drouin definitely helps, but I need some other guys to get some goals here. All right, last 10 minutes to go. Come on, hold them off. Hold them off. Give me a late one here. Give me a late one, or are we going to overtime? Oh, we got a late one. Alexis Lafreniere from the point. Will that be enough? There we go. Joel Armia gets the empty netter, and the Habs take a W here in game number 2 late in the third period. Lafreniere with 3 minutes left to go. Point shot, and that one beats Braden Holtby. Armia with the empty netter, and the Habs walk away with a 4-2 victory in game number 2 to tie up the series 1-1. That is what I like to see there, boys. I'll show you guys like 3 stars and all that stuff after. I just forgot last game, but very good game for Grubauer. Only 2 goals let up, 31 33. 31 out of 33 saves, which is good. Jamel Smith had a goal, and then Lafreniere with the game-winning goal, basically. In that last period, let's just take a look at the all events as well for goals to see who got the assists and whatnot. So Jost from Domi and Yossi, Smith from Carlson, Brown from Hamilton and Ryan, Durin from Morrissey and Kakaniemi, Lafreniere from Krug and Senishin, and then Armia from Houdon and Poulin. So a 4th line goal coming up clutch there with the empty netter, with the goaltender pull. I had my 4th line out there, but they were able to get it done. And we tied the series 1-1. Grubauer's only let up 2 goals per game, and we're getting the goal scoring done, which is awesome. We are now on home ice. Tie series 1-1. Let's go, boys. Just need games like that where we put up a ton of goals. We'll have to wait to the third period, but I would appreciate if we get those early in the game. So here we go. Game number 3. First period, 1-1 tie. All right, I'll take that. Nikia Sherbak starts off the goal scoring, but then Mark Stone, with 17 seconds left in the first period, gets the game tied up at 1, 12 shots to 8. Second period, 2-1 lead for Ottawa. Justin Abdelkader. Can't let these like below 80 guys score on this team. Come on, Grubauer. All right, so once again, you let up 2 goals. That should be your max. All right, Habs, can we have another third period comeback here for this team? Come on, boys. We're on home ice. In front of the home ice fans, Drake Batherson makes it 3-1 power play for the Sens. That's probably going to do it. Matt Duchene up. Matt Duchene gets the power play goal. 4-1 lead for the Sens. That's probably going to be the nail in the coffin right there. Senishin does make it a 4-2 game late, but probably a little bit too. Tyson Jost 4-3. Can we score with the empty nets? No, we cannot. Well, Montreal made it interesting to say the least. 4-3. They fought back there. Obviously, if you don't take that penalty and Duchene doesn't score on the power play, that's a tie game going into overtime. But 4-3 loss in game number 3. They fought their way back. Zach Senishin and Tyson Jost made it a little bit interesting. But Montreal does fall out on home ice 4-3. Crew get 2 assists. Duchene with a goal. Batherson with a goal. Who took that penalty, man? Who took that penalty there in the third period, pretty much? Probably Roman Josi for slashing. Either that or Senishin. Well, actually, that was a goal. Yeah, slashing minor on Roman Josi. So, Definitely don't need that to happen. Session from Paling or Krug, Jost from Krug. Yeah, so Torrey Krug had a decent night. Alright, so we're down the series now 2-1. Grubauer had a little bit of a rough game there. If he loses this next one, I think I'm going to make a goaltending change into Carter Hart, more than likely. Jost is doing his job. He's getting me a goal per game here in the playoffs right now. 3 games played, 3 goals. But I still need the other guys to step it up a bit, and we need to shut down this Ottawa Senators team 100%. We need to cut down their goal scoring like we did in the first 2 games. So, game number 4, with a chance to tie up the series once again. Come on, boys. Cut it out with the penalties. Keep them off the power play. Let's go. First period. 2-0. There we go. That's the start we needed. Finally, we get a period where they do not score any goals, and we take the lead. So they took the shot lead 17-8, but we took the shots where it counts. Nikita Scherbak and Tyson Jost again. 4 games, 4 goals for Tyson Jost. He's already pulling his weight in the playoffs. So we got a 2-goal lead. Let's hold it. Second period, 4-0. I will take that. 2 goals from Brendan Gallagher. 4-0 lead for the Montreal Canadiens here on home ice. That is what I like to see. 27-21 are the shots. But we got a 4-goal lead here in the third. We got a 5-goal lead. Brendan Gallagher caps off the natural hat trick. And a 5-0 thrubbing of the Sens. And they do get 1 back, so no shutout for Phil Grubauer. That's alright. But 5-1 lead for the Habs. That should be more than enough, obviously. And we're going to tie this series up at 2 games apiece. Very good game here. Very good response. Game number 4. Our goal scoring came out in crazy amounts. Brendan Gallagher with a hat trick, and Montreal holds on for the 5-1 win in game number 4. Gallagher with a 4.93 goals, 1 assist. Grubauer obviously only left the 1 goal, 38 saves on 39 shots. Tyson Jost once again keeping up his goal per game here in the playoffs so far. So Scherbak from Drouin and Kotkaniemi, Jost from Gallagher, Gallagher, Krug, and Kotkaniemi, Gallagher from Juleson and Domi, and then Gallagher from Domi and Jost. And then Duchesne from White and Hamilton. So not bad. That's a very good response. Game number 4 from the boys. Joel Armia has been injured with a sprained ankle. We'll just replace the player. So Dylan Cousins will go in for Joel Armia. Not that big of a deal. 4th liner. Shouldn't be that bad. He did go in there, not Kulikov, right? Yeah. So Dylan Cousins will now go into the 4th line role for Joel Armia, which does suck a little bit, but that's perfectly fine. And we tied up the series 2-2. Going back to Ottawa, it's a 3-game series now. So I'm a little bit worried that Ottawa continues to outshoot our entire team, which is a little bit worrisome. But hopefully we take the shots where it counts with our team. So here we go. Game number 5, 3-game series now, pretty much here in the playoffs. Let's go. We need another game like we just had with game number 4. Let's go. Power play, though, for Ottawa to start. First period, 1-1. Okay, we definitely tied. I think they scored on that power play more than likely. Well, it's a little bit late. They might have. But Colin White gets them started, but Jonathan Drouin does answer back with a 1-1 tie after the first shots. We have the shot lead for, I think, the first time in the series after the first 11-8. Second period, 5-2 for the Habs. There we go. Great second period from the boys. Sam Poulin gets it started, and then Richard Panik ties it up to make it 2-2, but then 3 unanswered from the Habs. Tyson Jost, Charles Hudon, and Brendan Gallagher. 3 straight goals from the Montreal Canadiens to take a 5-2 lead over the Sens. They outshot us again, 23-19, so we only took 8 shots in that second period, but we got 4 goals on 8 of those shots. Hope he's still in the net too, which is crazy, but we have a 3-goal lead going into the third period here. Hopefully we can hold on. 6-2 lead. There we go. Zach Senyshyn. That is what I am talking about. 6-2, 7-2. All right, save some goals for next game, boys. Wow, these past 2 games for the Habs have really just woken up a goal-scoring monster in this team. 5 straight goals unanswered for the Montreal Canadiens here in game number 6, or is that game number 5? Yeah, so game number 5. Very much in favor of the Montreal Canadiens. A 7-2 win. These past 2 games have really woken up a goal-scoring monster, like I said, in our team. Gallagher with 3 points again. Grubauer only let up 2 goals, 35 of 37. Zach Senyshyn with a goal and an assist, so not bad. 7 goals for this team. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So let's take a look at this. So White from Carlson and Backstrom, Drouin, Domi, and Scherbak. Krug is putting up a lot of assists low-key in this period, so in this game so far. Poulin from Domi, Jost from Gallagher and Krug, Hudon from Lafreniere and Senyshyn, Gallagher from Yossi, Senyshyn from Paling and Yossi, and then Morrissey from Brendan Gallagher. Not bad. A lot of the team is getting points now, which is what I like to see. A lot of the teams are getting points right now. Brendan Gallagher, 7 points in 5 total games right now for the Montreal Canadiens. And we have a 3-2 series lead going back home in the Bell Center with a chance to close out this series and move on to round number 2. So just keep up the goal scoring, boys. Keep up the goal scoring. That's all we need to do. Past 2 games, we put up 12 total goals. Let's keep it up, rolling into game number 6 at home. First period, 0-0. That's a shocker. Tied in shots too. Tied after the first. I think this is the first period in any game this series where no goals were scored. All right, that makes me a little bit worried. Second period, 1-0. Yeah, I'm a little bit worried. Dougie Hamilton, point shot beats Grubauer. 19-19. Shots are totaled. Ottawa with the 1-goal lead. Here we go, boys. Third period. I need that third period comeback that we had before. Power play for the Sens. Thomas Chabot. That power play for the Sens is just lethal, man, with Carlson and all those players on there. Power play for the Habs. Can't get it done. Are we going to a game 7 here? Oh, man, we're going to a game 7. Power play for the Sens again. Kill it off. Yep, we're going to a game 7. Ottawa would not be outdone, and our back-to-back crazy amount of goal scoring. 12 goals as a total for games 5 and 4, but then in game 6 we get shut out 2-0 by the Sens. Holtby had a great game. Grubauer, once again, Grubauer has played very, very well. I cannot be against him in this series at all, but that is not the kind of game that we needed to get shut out in game number 6. All right, it all comes down to a game 7. Joel Armia is available to play. Let's get him back in there. Do we make any changes? I don't know. Like the past, like I said, games 4 and 5, we put up 12 total goals. I don't know if we make any changes or not. Power play's been looking a little suspect, though. It doesn't look like they've been scoring crazy amount on the power play. I think I'm gonna do this on the power play. Just do that. See if that helps out on anything. I'm gonna move Domi and Jost up to the first line power play. Just in case we get any power plays in this game, maybe they'll be able to clutch it out. But here we go. Game 7 against the Sens. Here we go. On the road. ×8 simulation for the entire game. Here we go. There we go. First shot of the game. Jonathan Drouin gets the goal scoring started. There we go. 1-0 lead for the Habs. That is the start that we need. A power play. That power play is so lethal for the Ottawa Senators. Stop taking penalties, boys. Thank you. Freaking Christ. Just way to kill that off. There you go. Nikita Scherbak makes it 2-1. 3-1. Back-to-back goals for Nikita Scherbak. And we take a 3-1 lead after the first. More than likely, just close out the first. There we go. Whoops. Hold on. Pause it. There we go. 3-1 lead after the first for the Habs. Only 8 shots total, but 3 of them have beaten Braden Holtby so far. My goodness. There you go, Grubauer. Keep it up, boy. Keep it up. All right. Second period now. 3-1 lead for the Habs. Come on, boys. We need to shut down defensively. There we go. Tyson Jost makes a 4-1 power play. Can we clutch it up? Make it 5. Make it 5. That's a long power play. We couldn't clutch it out. But there we go. Nikita Scherbak hat trick. Yes, Nikita Scherbak puts up a hat trick in game 7. I love it. Nikita Scherbak with a hat trick in game 7. I'm just going to let the sim keep rolling. 5-1 lead after the second period. Up by 4. 26-18 are the shots. But we got a 4-goal lead in the third period. Close it out, boys. Close it out and we move on to round number 2. What a game 7 from the boys. Power play for the Montreal Canadiens. I think I'm going to switch the power play back. It doesn't look like that was helping out all too well. 6-1. Just keep piling it on there. There we go. There's that goal scoring that we needed. That game 6 was a fluke. We held them off. Only 1 goal against in game 7. Philip Grubauer, atta boy. 6-1 win for the Montreal Canadiens. And we are moving on to round number 2. 6-1 in game 7. Nikita Scherbak, you freaking monster. Jonathan Drouin with a 5-point night. Nikita Scherbak with a hat trick. And Philip Grubauer 34 out of 35. What a game 7 from the boys. That is what I am talking about, man. Holy crap. Yeah, like I said, that game 6 was definitely a fluke. Going all the way back to game number 4, our total amount of goals in games 4, 5, 6, and 7 has been 18 goals in the past 4 in the past 3 games, pretty much. Well, 4 games, I guess, because game 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. So 18 goals in 4 playoff games for this team. at the back end of this series. That is a crazy amount. So Drouin, Kotkaniemi, and Krug. Yeah, Torrey Krug's been lighting it up. Sherbak from Drouin and Kotkaniemi twice. Jost from Drouin and Domi. Sherbak, Krug, and Drouin. So Torrey Krug had a 2-assist night, I'm pretty sure. And then Jost from Morrissey and Senyshyn. Yeah, but a 5-point night, right, from Jonathan Drouin? 5 points from Jonathan Drouin. That is a crazy total there from my boy Jonathan Drouin. And we walk away with a Game 7 victory, 6-1, moving on to round number 2. Phil Grubauer also played very, very good in this series, 110%. So I think I'm just going to go back to there and back to there, just because it seems like that change on the power play didn't really help out all too well. We didn't get any power play goals. All right, so let's take a look at the point totals here. But once again, that's a hell of a way to start off the series and your debut back into the playoffs with this team. So Jonathan Drouin, 9 points in 7 games, 3 goals, 6 assists. Tyson Jost, 7 games played, 7 goals, 1 assist for 8 total points, 7 goals in 7 games. That's exactly what I need Tyson Jost to do in these playoffs. Get me a goal per game and we should be good. Nikita Sherbak also 7 points in 7 games. Look at his shooting percentage, 41.7% in this look, he's taken 12 shots on net so far in the playoffs, and 5 of them have gone in. Gallagher with 7 points as well, 4 goals, 3 assists. Kotkaniemi with 7 points as well, 7 assists for him. Not getting the goals, but you know what? He's getting the assists, which is what I like, +6, which is good. Zach Senyshyn with 5 points, so he's picking it up. Max Domi with 5 assists. Charles Hudon with 2. Poulin with 2. Lafreniere with 2. Paling with 2 assists. Armia with nothing, and Dylan Cozens with, Armia has 1 goal. And then Dylan Cozens with no points, unfortunately. Only minus players are Joel Armia and Poulin and Hudon, so it's the 4th line. So I definitely don't want the 4th line out there, it seems, when we're getting goals against us, but that's not bad. Torrey Krug, what a trade deadline pickup. 8 assists in 7 games. Josh Morrissey with 4 points. Romeo with 3. Juleson with 1. Mete and Belfoy off the scoring sheet, but once again, Belfoy is a positive, and Mete is even. Belfoy doing what he needs to do, keep the puck out of the net. And then goaltenders, Phil Grubauer, you know what, the record's not great, 4-3, but save percentage of .941, goals against average 2.02. He's doing what I need him to do. Didn't really let up more than 2 goals per game, other than that one game where they let up 4, I think. But that was a really, really good series. Very, very good games, 5, 6, and 7, even though we lost game 6. He only let up 2 goals against once again, but still a very, very good series for the Montreal Canadiens, and we are on to round number 2. How is the Laval Rockets doing? Oh, look who we're playing again. We're playing the team that's knocked us out of the playoffs every single year in the AHL. I would simulate up a day. I actually will, but I think the NHL will end. Okay, so NHL playoffs are over, but let me switch back to that really quickly just to see who we play in the second round. The Tampa Bay Lightning. That's not going to be fun, but before we end off this video, let's just do a quick little simulation here for Laval. Can they beat Utica finally? Can they exercise those demons and beat the Utica Comets? You know what? Let's just sim this game, do an in-game simulation for it. Or are they going to go to a game 5 pretty much? First period, 1-1, Will Bitton and Luke Shen. Second period, no. Jesus Christ. Goudobin, Gadjevich, Ryan, and Kirby Reichel. 5-2. Going to a game 5 against Utica. I tried, boys. I tried Laval, but it looks like the Utica Comets might frickin' just knock us out of the frickin' playoffs again. But we'll worry about that. We won't actually see if they will win game 5, because we'll be simulating with our team as Tampa awaits us in round number 2. So let's take a look at the playoff tree really quickly before we end off the video. So in the East, Carolina beat Columbus in 6. Philly beat the Rangers in 6. We beat Ottawa in 7, and then Tampa beat Jersey in 6. So we have Philadelphia versus Carolina. Philadelphia was the best team in the NHL this year, so they move on to round number 2. And then we have the Tampa Bay Lightning in round number 2. So we're gonna be the road team once again. And in the West, Winnipeg beat St. Louis in 7. Dallas swept the Vegas Golden Knights. Edmonton beat Arizona in 7, and the Canucks swept the Ducks. So in the Elite 8. Dallas versus Winnipeg, Vancouver versus Edmonton, Philly versus Carolina, Tampa versus the Montreal Canadiens. First round was pretty tough. Ottawa had a really good goaltender, a really good defensive core, and you know what, a pretty decent offense. But now we go up against Tampa, who has probably a scary good offense, a scary good defense, and a really good goaltender. So we got our work cut out for us here in round number 2. But you know what, if the team can continue to put up those goals that we saw there at the back end of the Ottawa series, who knows what'll happen. So thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe as always. Give me some suggestions as well. You know what, why don't we take a quick look at our team stats before we end off this video, just to see what our power play and penalty kill totals are looking like. Let's see. So goals against is 2, which is good. Goals for 3.71. Power play percentage is 17 points something percent. It was what, 17.6%. Is that it's kind of near the bottom for power play, so 17.6% still is decent, I guess. It's up near, it's kind of near the top, but I would like us to be in the 20s more than likely. You know, out of all the teams who've had power plays, and it's kind of sitting in the middle, it seems. It's probably like 8th, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's 9th, so it's almost exactly in the middle for power play percentage. Keep that in mind. And then penalty kill, where's our penalty kill? Penalty kill's at 85%, time shorthanded 20. So we're taking a lot of penalties, but it seems like we're doing a good job of killing off those penalties as well. We're like 5th for penalty kill percentage, so that's not bad at all. Gotta fix that home record though. Only 1 and 2 at home. Gotta fix it at home for sure, but on the road looks like we're a good team. So give me some suggestions to change up the special teams if we need to. Other than that, I'll catch you guys in round number 2. Tampa's up next.